You're lying in bed, and suddenly that conversation from earlier replays in perfect high definition. The tone you used, the pause before you answered, the expression on their face, and now your brain won't let it go. You think maybe you sounded awkward or said too much or not enough. But what if you don't replay conversations because you're socially broken? What if your brain is running a social simulation lab designed to refine you? Psychology says this mental replay isn't random rumination, but something called post-event processing, a cognitive mechanism where your brain reviews social interactions to extract patterns, predict outcomes, and improve future performance. Research shows that reflective minds don't just experience conversations, they analyze them. And that analysis is often a sign of heightened awareness rather than weakness. When you replay a conversation, your default mode network activates. This is the same brain network involved in introspection, memory consolidation, and self-evaluation. Your brain goes into offline processing mode, stitching together tone, facial expressions, word choice, and emotional cues. It is not trying to embarrass you, it is running simulations. Just like athletes review game footage, your brain reviews social footage. Post-event processing improves social prediction accuracy because your mind is mapping what worked and what didn't. The more detailed your replay, the more refined your internal social model becomes. That's not awkwardness, that's cognitive depth. There's also something called reflective cognition, which is the ability to think about your own thinking. Not everyone does this. When you mentally revisit a moment and ask, "Why did I say that?" or "How did they react?" you are strengthening metacognition. Research shows that people with higher emotional intelligence often engage in deeper self-reflection. You are analyzing subtle emotional shifts, micro-expressions, pauses in speech. Your brain is updating its understanding of social dynamics. That level of awareness can feel exhausting, but it also builds nuance, empathy, and sharper intuition over time. Another layer is neural error correction. When you replay a sentence and think, "I could have phrased that better," your brain is literally strengthening neural pathways associated with social communication. This is how learning works. Mistakes create stronger memory traces. Psychology says that small social errors, when reflected on, increase future competence. You are not stuck in the past, you are training for the future. The discomfort you feel is often just your brain highlighting a learning opportunity, not announcing a flaw in your personality. And here's the part most people miss. Social rehearsal reduces future anxiety. When you imagine how you might respond differently next time, you are engaging in mental simulation. Research shows that scenario rehearsal activates similar neural circuits as real experience. Your brain cannot fully distinguish between vividly imagined practice and reality. So when you replay and adjust and imagine a better response, you are actually lowering uncertainty for the next interaction. That's preparation. That's strategic anticipation. Of course, there is a difference between constructive reflection and spiraling self-criticism. But if your replays are about understanding, adjusting, and improving, psychology says your brain is doing exactly what it evolved to do. You replay because you care. You replay because you want alignment between who you are and how you show up. That is not overthinking. That is social intelligence in progress. So the next time a conversation echoes in your head, don't rush to label yourself as awkward or anxious. Consider that your mind might be refining your social instincts in the background. If this sounds like you are not broken. You are aware, and awareness is rarely a weakness.